Hey, what's up guys? So Maratron here. I have a tutorial for you on After Effects. So today we're gonna learn how to create everything in this clip. Okay, so once we're here, we're gonna open After Effects and import the tutorial folder, which you can download in the description of the video. Okay, so now we're gonna make a new composition. Let's call it comp 1, okay. 25 frames per second and 30 seconds, okay. So now we're gonna import into that the rainbow cutie mark vector. Okay, we're gonna reduce a bit the size. Okay, set the quality to half. So we're gonna keyframe the scale and make it around here, let's say, yeah, 30%. I'm gonna select this frame, right click keyframe assistant and add an. Now, if you still remember from the previous tutorial, we used the Duik script, so we're gonna use it one more time here. So once you have selected the scale, you just click on spring, which is on animation, and yeah, now it's gonna bounce a bit. It should bounce a bit. Okay. Yeah, 1 second. 1 second is too much. We're gonna make something like that. Okay. There we go. So now we're gonna draw a circle behind the cutie mark. So double click on the ellipse tool, go to ellipse, ellipse path, and we're gonna make a circle. Put it behind that and reduce the size a bit. Okay, something like that. We're gonna also change. No. We're gonna go to layer, layer style, and gradient overlay. Now we're gonna choose the color we want. So like that, and I don't know, something like that. Yeah, sounds cool. We're gonna make the background. So press Ctrl Y to make a new solid, whatever the color. So we're gonna add a 4 color gradient to it. Put it behind all the other layers, and we're gonna change the colors. So something like that. I don't know, maybe this one. I don't know, try to make something random. Or maybe a bit darker also. Okay, sounds cool. Now we're gonna add the triangles that turn around the circle. Now also, before, press U and we're gonna keyframe the opacity to make it appear after it bounces. So around here. Maybe a bit sooner. Okay. So make sure you haven't selected any layer. and take the pen tool. We're gonna also display the grid, so go to View, Show Grid, maybe that too. So I'm gonna make one point here and something like that. Okay, we don't need the grid anymore. So now we're gonna add a bevel, no, a gradient to this also. So make it no, same color maybe. Something like that. So now it's getting a bit more complicated. We're gonna add a repeater. So go in the repeater properties and we're gonna increase the number of copies to, I don't know, let's say 15. Set the position to 0 and we're gonna add some rotation. 24% degrees, sorry. So we're gonna keyframe the rotation, and around here we're gonna set this to 0. So yeah, it's rotate after that. So okay, go to keyframe easy ease also. It's a bit too fast. Okay, and we're gonna keyframe the opacity. There you go. Now we're gonna add a second repeater. And we're gonna set the position to 0, increase the copies to 20, and we're gonna keyframe the scale and the rotation. We're gonna go up here and increase the scale to, let's say, 110, and the rotation to, okay, 25 degrees. Same thing, we're gonna select the keyframe and go to keyframe assistant easy ease. I'm gonna watch the result real quick. Okay, and also in the second repeater we're gonna set the end opacity to 0. Yeah. Now we're gonna add a couple of effects to the shape layer number 2. We're gonna add radial blur, so keyframe the amount, and a radial fast blur. Keyframe the amount too, from 0. Yeah. So there it's 0, and we're gonna go around 2 seconds and set it to 40 and 50. Maybe 40 is a bit too much. You can set it to 20. And select this keyframe and make a easy ease. suppose this one too. Actually, I'm gonna delete the gradient. It's not what I want. And instead I'm gonna just set the color from here. So kind of a blue color. Okay. Maybe just select from here. No, we can't. Okay, this color is good. I don't like these little dots, so I'm gonna set the scale down a bit. We also put the shape layer behind all the other. It's almost done. The last thing we're gonna do is add a bit of movement. So press Shift Ctrl Alt Y to make a null object, and we're gonna select these 3 layers and parent them to the new layer. We want it to shake a bit, so we're gonna press P for the position, Alt click on the position, and right wiggle, let's say 0.6 and 20. Okay. Maybe a bit more, and I'm gonna set this back to 1. Also, I'm gonna keyframe the scale. They're around 65, and they're around 80. Select all the keyframe, right click, easy ease, and we're gonna make them a bit smoother. Something like that. I also want these colors to change over time, so I'm gonna press Ctrl Alt Y to make an adjustment layer. I'm gonna put it behind the rainbow vector, so it will only affect the layer back there, those 3. So I'm gonna add a hue saturation effect, keyframe that, and change it to something purple. Also, for the rotation, I'm gonna make it last a bit longer. And drag that a bit. Okay, so now that part is finished. Just drag this a bit. Okay, so now we're gonna make a new composition. We're gonna call it matte. 30 seconds, that's okay. We're gonna create a new solid and add a fractal noise to it. We're gonna increase the contrast and the brightness a bit. We're gonna set the fractal type to Smeary. Maybe increase the scale a bit. Yeah, reduce the brightness also. So we want it to move, so we're gonna keyframe. Now press Alt and click on the evolution. We're gonna write time 80. Now, over it we're gonna make a black layer and a white circle. So double click on that, set the color, make it a circle, and we won't touch the size. We're gonna keyframe the scale, so there it's 0, and around there it's something like that. We're gonna make it, yeah, add an easy ease and drag this a lot. Also, we're gonna add an effect, a radial phase blur, and the amount to 80. So now we're gonna select those two layers and press Shift Ctrl C to pre-compose them, and set the transfer mode to, I think it's linear light. I'm not sure. Yes, that's it. That's perfect. Now we're gonna make our main comp. 30 seconds too much, I'm gonna set 10 seconds instead. And we're gonna put inside this the comp 1 and the matte. So we want this to appear around around 3 seconds. We're gonna set the track matte to Luna matte, and no, Luna inverted, sorry. We're gonna press Ctrl Alt T and drag this over. So now we're gonna create some text behind that. Take the text tool and write what you want. Yeah, so put in the middle, the decolor. Okay. I'm gonna add a glow effect. And I'm gonna make a copy of this layer. I'm gonna add a blur, a Gaussian blur. Increase the size also. Set the color to like that. And reduce the opacity. So yeah, maybe another background. So I'm gonna take the same fractal noise from the matte and put it behind that. Gonna make another layer. Bring behind all the other. Set the transfer mode to hard light. Gonna add also Gaussian blur. And an adjustment layer of the other two with an exposure effect. I'm gonna reduce the gamma and the exposure. Something more subtle. And maybe also change the color to something purple. And yeah, put the the text layer behind the comp1. We're gonna add some check too. So same thing, go. And 10. Okay. And the outro, so press Ctrl at Y. We're gonna add so levels effect and a Gaussian blur effect. Keyframe the blurriness and the channel. Go over here, set the blurriness to 50, and we're gonna make it very dark. Reduce also the white to the maximum. Okay, so I think we're almost finished. No, I have to change a few things in the comp number 1. The rotation, I'm gonna increase it to, let's say 50. It needs to last a bit longer. Okay, so we're almost finished. I'm just gonna make a few changes. Yeah, the rotation from the comp 1. So we're gonna make it last a lot longer. Yeah. And yes, so the scale must be 130. That's better. Maybe also increase the radial blur. Okay, so now we're gonna add some sound effects. So all the sounds you need are from the tutorial folder. Just gonna take them all and bring them into the main comp. So I'm gonna set the big one. Let's yeah. So the part I want, something like that, yeah, that's cool. And we're gonna search audio and keyframe the audio levels, and around here set to the minimum. So now we're gonna add the drum. So the first one is here, and the second it's around here. The swoosh is around here. So we're gonna render it to see the result. Okay, that's cool. Now I'm gonna take those three and set the audio level to something, yeah, negative 10, and the smooth to negative 15. Maybe the swoosh must be around here, and okay, and oops, I forgot something. In the comp one, we're gonna add some motion blur, and we're gonna add a glow effect to the rainbow vector. Increase the radius. Let's see. Yeah, and set the opacity to 1.5. No, 0.5, sorry. So, yeah, I think we're done here. Oops. Yeah. So that's it. I hope you learned something new, and see you guys later.